Okay, so we're here in the Ioniq 9 charger menu, right, under electric vehicles. If you were to go ahead and take a look at the owner's manual, you're going to see that it has charger lock options that should be available to you, and it's going to direct you to this menu option. But I want to prove to everybody here that it doesn't actually exist. According to the menu, underneath this option right here, AC charging current, where it says 100% here, there should be another option here to say when the charger lock should, be engaged. The option should be while charging, never, or always. And we don't have that option. It does say that it has it available in the owner's manual, and if you were to ask, "Hey Hyundai," and it would response immediately, it would tell you the same thing. In fact, it heard me, and it's going to tell us the same thing. "Hey Hyundai, where do I get my AC charging lockout option?"
Sorry, I don't have that information.
"Hey Hyundai, how do I change my AC charging lockout options?"
To change AC charging lockout options, go to the infotainment system, electric vehicle AC charger lock charging cable, and select your preferred locking mode.
So you can see that it's telling me to come here, and that isn't actually an option here. "Hey Hyundai, we're done here, thank you." So just wanted to point this out because it is sort of an annoyance. The first night I had mine, I had to do the emergency release latch to try and get it open. The workaround is actually pretty simple. You just got to make sure that the door lock is, engaged. So as long as your doors are unlocked, and the charge is no longer active, you'll be able to pull your charger out of your charge port. But that's not obvious the first time you do it. At least it wasn't obvious to me. Maybe it's obvious to you. But if you're like me and you're struggling to figure out how the hell do I unplug this thing in the middle of the night, the answer is you just got to hit on your fob, unlock doors, and you'll see that the charger will release. There is a button, and I'll show you actually in a minute here. We'll go around to the back next to the charger to actually stop the charge. That is an option that you could hit, and that will turn your charger off, but it's not enough to get it to release. If the doors are locked, the charger will stay stuck, and you're going to have to hit unlock on the doors to get that to open. Not a major inconvenience, but it is an annoyance because the manual tells you to do something that doesn't exist. And this is to prove that the menu option just isn't there like it tells you it is. So it's not the biggest thing in the world. It wouldn't prevent me from buying this, but it would be helpful if they told us that. And it would also be helpful if they just gave us the option. I'm not 100% sure why they stopped doing that. Apparently, doing some online investigation, it sounds like it ended with the Ioniq 5. And for some reason, they feel like that they need to do that. There's also the option now that, or the I don't know, the complication that, I have a J1772 charge port. This is my first native NACS charging unit that I have here with the Ioniq 9. So they gave us a great adapter. The adapter is what gets locked, not my charger. I can unplug my home charger, no problem, but I don't want to leave the charge port open with the adapter stuck into it. That's silly, right? So it's not like you're gonna get stuck, but it's one of those things that like Hyundai really should have thought through. Some things they thought really well through, and some things it just kind of is an oversight. Like we're going to be talking a lot about this if you're going to be following any of my videos here. iPedal, just for the record, that should be on all the time if I choose iPedal. If I want to do one pedal driving, I always want to do one pedal driving. I will manually turn it off when I don't want it. Hyundai makes that determination for you. Every time you change gear, it turns off iPedal. And what that ends up doing is if you're used to driving an electronic vehicle, an electric vehicle, like right over here, our first EV was the Prologue, the Honda Prologue. That has great one pedal driving. And when I turn it on, it stays on until I turn it off. Here, we don't have that option. Every time I switch gears, it turns it off. It goes into level 3, which is almost enough to stop your car, but not enough to stop you from rolling through a stop sign. I don't want to get a ticket. I don't want to get into an accident. I want my car to stop when I expect it to stop, and I don't want to have to retrain myself to actually turn on iPedal driving every single time that I get into drive. It's just not reasonable. I asked it to be an iPedal. I want it to stay an iPedal until I determine that I don't want it an iPedal anymore. I'll tell the car when I don't want it anymore. But for some reason, Hyundai has decided that that is the default setting that they want to set for iPedal, and it's really, really frustrating. It's one of the biggest problems I have with the Ioniq 9. Everything about this car is awesome. It drives like a dream. It's got great acceleration. It's super comfortable. It's nice. I love everything about it. The heads-up display, which you really can't quite see on this video here, is really convenient. Everything about this car. It charges fast. It drives smooth. It's really awesome. It doesn't drive as big as you would think. We did a lot of comparison driving. The Vistic is a lot bigger than this car, but not really. You get less internal space, but at the same time, it feels like a bigger car on the road. The Ioniq 9 is really a great car, but there are a couple of things that they really need to fix because it just doesn't make sense, right? It just, if you have one pedal driving in mind, you want one pedal driving every time you get in the car. Anyway, rant over on this. I'm going to show you real quick the charge port so you can see how to stop the car. When you want it to stop charging, you do have to stop the charge. And as you can see, the option here is not available for you to press unlock, but we have that option obviously with our fob or with your phone. So let's take a quick look. So coming around here to the back of the car. This lit up button right here would be the button that we would use to stop the charge. I'm not going to do that right now because I do want it to continue to charge for the remainder of the evening. You can see I'm not quite at 75%, so I'm on my way. I'm going to charge it to 80% overnight, so I'm going to let this run right now. But if I were to hit this button right here, it would stop the charger from accepting the charge. But unless I have the car doors unlocked, it won't release the handle. So that is a downside, something you got to get around. But just if you have the fob in your pocket, it's not going to be that big of a deal. All right, thanks.